Okay. Okay, so today we're factorising quadratics and we're starting off with number 12. Somebody call out number 12, please. Five x squared plus 21x plus 4. The first step, which everybody seems to know, is to multiply the 5 by the 4, the first number by the last number. This gives you a reference number of 20. Now, the reference number is 20. Now, where a lot of students seem to be slipping up on is getting the factors of 20. So let's write down some factors of 20. 4 and 5 could be 1, 20 and 1, and maybe 2 and 10 is another one. So what you're left with, and what some students often make a mistake in this method, is you have three options. You either use both the reds, both the greens, or both the blacks. You cannot use one red and one black. Do you get it? So they're joined together, okay? So each one is an option. We currently have three options on the board, okay? So they have to go together. And as Brian was saying, Brian's going to go for the middle option, because when you add them together you get 21. So this means you're going to have 5x squared. Then you break up the 21x into plus 20 plus 1x. If you did it the other way around, you'll still get the right answer, so don't worry about that. Doesn't have to be factors of 20. The factors of 20 have to add up to give you 21. Yeah, why though? Yeah, just a method, right? Okay. So in the method, you always have to make sure that the factors add up to the middle number. It's just the way we get the factors, okay? And when you multiply them out, the answer will work out. It always works for this, okay? So what can we take out of the first two? 5 is the highest common factor, and they have a letter in common. Then what's left? Plus 4. Once you get the first bracket, you automatically know it's the second bracket as well. And then you have to figure out what number goes in here. And what number goes in there? Plus 1. And not an x, because if it was an x, when you multiply it back out, you get x squared. To check your answer as you go along, you can multiply it. 1 times x is x, 1 times 4 is 4. So you're correct. 5x times x, 5x squared, 5x times 4, 20x, okay? Now, the way to do this is always get the numbers that come before the bracket. You see the two of them here? They're going to be the first bracket. And then what's going to be left is x plus 4. And that's your method for that. Is that okay? Alright. Can somebody call me out the next question, please? Next one you want done. X squared minus 7x plus 12. And what number is that? I don't know, what question? 13. Okay, we're going to... yeah. Has everybody finished taking down the other one? Okay. Okay. It's actually x squared, not ax squared, okay? Now, we just do the same thing as last time. We just rub that out, then put this here, okay? So we have x squared equals minus 7x plus 1, right? Now, when we do this, what's going to happen is the same thing. The reference number is going to be 12. 12 into its factors. 2 and 6 could be 1. 3 and 4 could be the second one. Which one should we choose? Yeah. 3 and 4, when added together, give you plus 7. We want minus 7. So minus 3 by minus 4. If you multiply this two of them, you still get plus 12, and when you add them together you get minus 7. So you do the usual 1x squared, it's underneath here, and then you break this up. You break it up into minus 3x minus 4x, and then you plus 12. The red part is the part we changed. We factorise then x into x minus 3. What can we take out? We already know, guys. X minus 3 as well. And then what can we do here? What goes outside? Minus 4. Because minus 4 times x is minus 4x. And now we're in position again. We're in position again to do our trick, aren't we? X minus 4 into x minus 3. Okay, it's very simple, okay? Now, I need a question. Yes. Some people might be wondering if they got the right answer or not. So some people might have switched the 3x and the 4x around, which is perfectly acceptable, and they would have got 3x minus 3 and x minus 4. Both answers are the same because in multiplication it doesn't matter which one comes first. Okay? Now, the next one we're going to deal with is one that has a minus at the end. So can somebody call out one that has a minus at the end? 10x squared. Yeah. Minus 20. And what question is this, Brian? What? Question 50? Okay. I don't think anybody has 50 done, but we'll give it a go. Okay, for question 50, the following. Okay. Question 50, we're going to have a reference number of minus 200. We're going to have our work cut out here, aren't we? Okay. What you know is one number has to be minus and the other one has to be plus. Which one's going to, is the bigger factor going to be negative or the smaller factor? The bigger factor, because the bigger factor, remember we want minus 17 in the middle. So let's start off really small. Minus 100 and plus 2. What's the gap between the two of them? 90? No, minus 98, that's way too big. Let's half that. Let's go 50 and 4. Will that work? Let's half 50 again. Let's go for minus 25. Minus 25 and what? Bingo. Yeah? Do you see the way we're gradually getting smaller? As the factors get closer together, the difference gets smaller, doesn't it? This one here is 98. The second one is 46 in the difference. And the third one is 17. So we want two factors that are reasonably close together, okay? So now that we know that that's minus 25 and plus 8, we got to use these ones here, okay? So minus 25 and plus 8. So we rub this out. And then what's going to happen here is 10x squared minus 25x plus 8x minus 20. So everybody see what's going on, yeah? Now what do we take out of the first two? 5 and x. 5 is the highest common factor of 10 and 25. They both have a letter in common, which is 5x. Then what's left? And then we already know 2x minus 5 over here, don't we? So what number has to go in front of the bracket to make it turn into an 8x? Plus 4. And then finally we do our little trick again. 1 and 2. And then we get 5x plus 4 into 2x minus 5. Is that okay?